everybody. It's so nice to see you all.
I hate these chairs.
I was a little disappointed to see that these would be the chairs. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's fine. It's a long skirt. It's hard with the short. I've done the short skirt before and didn't like it.
I know it's dangerous. It's dangerous. And sometimes when you see yourself afterwards, like in a photo or a video, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, short was the bad.
You look great.
You look wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful. Are you excited for the weekend?
I'm very excited for the weekend. It's my first con.
Is this your first con panel?
Yeah, I mean, we did Comic-Con in San Diego when we were doing Bones.
Yes.
But it was a different kind of thing to do that. This is, with the network and the studio and all that. This is on my own here, so I'm really excited.
Will you have a chance to go under the floor over the weekend, do you think?
Well, I just walked through the floor just now to get here. It was pretty cool to look at everything, but if I have a chance, I would love to. I might go and wander and look around.
Yes, tomorrow's going to be.
Do you have recommendations?
I saw they were selling hoverboards.
Oh, for Back to the Future, there's a Back to the Future cast reunion, yeah.
Yes, and so somebody had one in their backpack, and I thought, oh, that would look really good in my bathroom. Just
That's where you want to put it, yeah.
Yeah, just you're just sitting on the toilet looking at hoverboard. That's the flavor of it.
Does it actually work?
Sadly not.
Then you might as well put it on the wall.
What was it when you were growing up? Because obviously this is a safe space for nerds and people who love pop culture and things. When you were growing up, what is it that you loved and were obsessed with?
Well, when it comes to TV shows, there was a TV show called Square One. If anyone remembers this TV show, it was a math television show on PBS, and I was obsessed with it. So I guess it's pretty nerdy. That was my favorite show growing up. And then what else was I into? I don't know. I mean, I was into architecture and things like that, but the TV show that I loved was Square One, but probably no one remembers that show. But it was a very fun math show that had a mystery at the end of every episode called Math Net, and they would solve mysteries with a calculator instead of a gun. And so they had a holster, but they got the calculator in it, and they measured things, and it was really fun. So that was my first intro to mysteries, but yeah.
I love how dorky it sounds as well.
Yeah, it sounds very dorky, and it was, and I loved it, yeah.
And you were into architecture as well when you were growing up?
I don't know why. I mean, I was like the kid who got a Barbie, but I wanted to build her a house, so I built her a house. That was the interesting thing to me, but...
I love that. No, I used to collect my thing wasn't architecture or that show with the calculator, but it was...
You might not have had it where you grew up.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't have that where I grew up. We had really weird Scottish programs that were super Scottish.
Yeah.
Where you probably wouldn't understand what we were saying.
Probably not. No.
I
can understand you so far, but yeah.
Well, when I left home, my mother said to me, you must pronounce all your S's and T's or you'll never get hired.
Okay. There you go. Good advice. Good advice.
You guys get the posh version. Let's talk about bones.
Yeah, bones.
Now, we do have fan questions momentarily, and I will let the fans ask all the questions they want, but I'm really interested in the fact that you learned how to take off gloves properly, do all these weird things on the show. How do you take gloves off properly? I saw you talking about it.
I probably talked about it somewhere. Yeah, I mean, that became a special skill I learned about. It's so silly. Pinch the outside of the glove and remove the one side, and then with your bare hand you can go inside the other glove and take them off so you're not contaminated, you're not touching any of the contaminants.
Got it. Do you do that at home when you're wearing gloves now?
No, but I do think about contamination because we work. So if I have a cup that has a top on it, I never turn it that way and put it on because that's where you touch your mouth to it. So I don't know. Maybe give me OCD to work on bones. I don't know. So.
Because I always wonder about that as an actor. You're not only learning about the character and being a great storyteller, but you're learning all these strange things along the way as well. like in terms of your other roles, are there any other skills?
Oh, God. I mean, that was the longest job I did. So, probably I learned the most. I mean, I learned a lot about the skeletal system on bones. I learned how to take off. I learned about contamination. Trying to think of other roles, what I've learned. I mean, I've learned probably something from every role, you know, doing research and things for different characters and worlds.
Is there something you took from Bones that you use now in your everyday life? I'm wondering. I mean, it's handy to know about contamination and things,
Yeah.
which is great, but like I'm wondering if you took anything from that.
I mean, maybe I'd like to say that I'm not so queasy or, you know, squeamish, I guess is the better word, with gross things, but then if it's my own child, I'm not okay with it. One of my children cut open his chin, and I thought I would be great. They had to hold him, he was like a toddler, I had to hold him down while they were stitching him up, and then I just started to faint. I did not do well, but my boyfriend, my husband, for a long time he's been my husband, but all of a sudden he's my boyfriend now. He's being jolted. Maybe that's a good thing. He and I both thought I would be really good with the sewing up, but no, I was not good. I was not good. So I mean, I think with other things I'm not so squeamish, and I think I got that from Bones, but not with my own children, not with my own kids.
And Bones ran for such a long time.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a program like that, like a show like that, so watchable? What is it that people you think really connected to there?
I think Hart Hansen, who created the show, wrote some great characters and a great world to live in. I think it had something for everyone. I mean, it's hard for me to fully answer, but now that there's been time and I'm doing a rewatch podcast, so I'm looking back at the show and I'm trying to reflect on it. And I think that, you know, a huge part is the writing. Hart Hansen did such an incredible job of creating these characters in this world and writing these great dialogue between the characters. It's the actors bringing them to life, of course, too. But the show had so much. So if you like dead bodies, if you like gross things, we got them. If you like a mystery, we got that too. If you like characters and like you are rooting for Booth and Brennan to get together and you like that romance, we got that. That was the big one. That's maybe number one. That's number one. We got that. We got all kinds of things. So all different interesting, quirky characters and relationships. But I think it starts with the writing.
Always. I love that you do the podcast, though, and I've watched quite a few episodes, and it's just so wonderful to watch you reminisce and go back. How does it feel doing the podcast now? Like, it seems fun.
It's wild. I'm really enjoying it. I'm doing the podcast with Carla Gallo, who played Daisy Wick on the show, who was one of the Swinterns. We became friends. I'm still friends with pretty much everyone on the show, but we're doing a rewatch podcast looking back, and so it's just fun to be with my friend, and you know, she can say, what were you thinking? Because she came into season 4, so she can be like, what were you thinking with those belts? Why did you wear those ugly, horrible belts? And then we can discuss why we made that decision. But it's wild for me because it's so long ago now that it was hard. It's always been hard for me to watch myself acting in any part or character, especially Bones. And now I can watch it and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. This is not bad. This is not a bad show. So that's been really fun for me. And I mean, you know, we started season 2 now, and we're at the point where I'm looking at an episode and I'm watching myself do something that I have no memory of myself doing, but clearly I did that thing because it's on screen and I'm watching it right now. So that's been wild as well. So it's been a fun ride.
Because that's true, you can't possibly remember every single thing. And of course fans will connect to certain moments.
Yes.
Does that do you get a bit shocked by that sometimes and go, oh no, I don't really remember that episode, or I don't really remember?
I mean, yeah, that does happen where people remember certain things that I don't remember. No, I just feel bad if I can't remember remember. I want to remember everything. I feel like I have a fairly good memory, but I don't remember every single thing that I did on the show, nor anything that nor every line that I said. But, you know, I remember a certain amount, but people can remind me. You know, people can remind me where it came from if I don't remember a quote. But yeah, it's always nice to hear that the show touched someone in their life, you know? So, I love hearing it.
I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of that this week.
I probably will.
Definitely, which is really nice because I feel like for actors, if you're doing voice or you're in studio, you don't really get to see the reaction. It's not like live theater.
Yeah.
But this is like a physical manifestation of the love that people feel like.
Well, it's great to interact with people who were fans who watch it, but it's true, we worked so hard for 12 years, working crazy hours, and, you know, but really not having great opportunities to connect with the people who are watching the show. So it's like you said, it's not live theater, it's not a sitcom where you know if a joke doesn't work, if people aren't laughing, or if it does work, if people laugh. So we didn't have that direct experience with our audience, so that's one of the big reasons I'm here.
When you go back and you're doing the rewatching of the episodes, so when I look back at, say, old work that I've done, there's some things I look at and I think, I do a weird thing with my face or my voice changes there. But then beyond that, sometimes I think, no, my skills are better now. Obviously, I get better through time, and I'm a bit hard on myself. Do you look back on yourself like that and go, oh, I could have acted that in a slightly different way?
I mean, it can happen, but I mostly feel that way when if I ever watch myself acting. But now, with it taking place so long ago, I don't feel that way. If I watched it right after, I'd be like, why did I do that? Now I just look back and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Look at me.
I love that. Like, oh, this is lovely.
It's just fun. It's just fun. Yeah, it's just funny.
I think sometimes I have to edit things of my own face, and I'm just going, oh my god, don't do this, don't do that. Like, I'm like, just.
You gotta be kinder with yourself. I think I've learned that with age, and that's one reason why it's easier to watch. Is you gotta be kinder to ourselves.
I wanted to talk about Devil in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
I was watching an interview with you where you said that there's 3 words to describe it on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Ominous, psychological, and satanic.
Yeah, satanic.
Was that just for your Netflix?
So when we were shooting, this was the Netflix limited series that I did about a girl who escapes from a cult, like a teenager. It's based on a true story. I mean, it's inspired by a true story, is what I guess the language is. A teenage girl who escapes from a cult, her psychiatrist brings her home to live with her family, and it just ruins things. And I played the psychiatrist. And while we're filming, you have Netflix, and you always have the 3 words that describe a show on Netflix. So sitting around on set, I'd be like, guys, what do you think the words are going to be? And I think we came up with ominous, psychological. We came up with different things. But then when I went to look for it on my Netflix, it did say, what were they? Ominous? Was it psychological?
Psychological.
So maybe I didn't think of ominous, but I did think of psychological. I'm going to say psychological. And so it said ominous, psychological, satanic. And I was like, oh my god, no one is going to watch this show. It says it's satanic. That's insane. So I complained. And I said they need to remove the satanic one, because there is a satanic component in it. Like, the show is not satanic, but there is a character who escapes from a satanic cult. It sounds wonderful when I describe it, but it's a good show. Then I complained, and they said, well, that's personal to you. They describe it in a way they think will be appealing to you. So they think that I want to watch satanic things. And so there you go. I mean, I was horrified, and yet that was for me. I guess other people might get psychological there's a teenager. I don't know what they get. Psychological.
Is it algorithmic?
It's algorithmic.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess I'm like really into satanic stuff.
Well, I wanted to ask what your 3 personal words would be to describe yourself. If it was just you or a Netflix show, just Emily's show,
yeah,
your 3 personal words would be.
Okay. sometimes to a fault. And weird, maybe. Goofy, weird.
I like,
Yeah.
not satanic.
Not satanic, I wouldn't pick that word. Not satanic, but I guess I'm into it.
I like that. I like goofy as well. Goofy.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm just imagining you as a kid watching the calculators.
Oh yeah. Nerdy. You know, dorky, nerdy is part of that too. There's a reason why I was chosen to play Dr. Temperance Brennan.
Love it. I think they knew. They just knew. They're like, did you know when you were...
We know that this kid was watching calculators. We know. We have a feeling.
Is that a calculator in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see us? Did you know though when you stepped into the audition or sent something for the tape, the self-tape? Did you have a good feeling about it? Do you think?
I never have a good feeling about anything. So I don't know. No, I did not. I mean, I wouldn't say it felt bad. Like I came in and felt like I came what I did want, intended to do. But with an audition, you do that 100 times, and it's not necessarily what they're looking for, and that's fine. I go in to please myself, and I knew I'd done. Sometimes your nerves get in the way, and you don't do what you intend to do when you're practicing at home. And so I was just, okay, I went in and did what I meant to do, and it felt good in that regard, but it didn't feel like I was like, I nailed that, I'm getting this part. That was not how I felt when I came to audition, but it felt good. I got to audition. My first audition was just on my own, and then I auditioned with David Boreanaz, and it was a good chemistry between us. So it felt good, but it wasn't like I thought I nailed it. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I nailed that.
I guess it's hard to get into that creative flow state. I think they call it when you're like athletes feel that, where you're just almost like not really paying too much attention. You're just flowing.
You're in the zone.
You're in the zone.
You're in the zone.
That's.
Yeah.
I think too much. I'm like picking up all of the little things because I'm a perfectionist, so I'm like everything has to be just bad. I'm a Libra, so like everything.
So am I.
Oh, when's your birthday?
October 11th.
12th.
Oh, we're very close.
Check it out.
Almost twins. Almost birthday.
Almost. Are any Libras in the house? Perfect. Great. You guys are all great. All wonderful. We're gonna be balanced. We're Libras. I'm gonna play a little game of this or that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go to the fan question.
Okay, great.
If you're good with that.
Okay.
Okay, you guys. So this or that.
What is this or that?
You just choose one of the things.
Did I know? Oh, okay. Okay.
So, out of these two, TV series longevity or film variety, which would you rather?
I mean, I guess I have to choose TV series longevity.
Okay, period piece or sci-fi thriller?
I might pick period piece.
Period piece. Also, I have like zoomed up these things so far because I can't see anything.
No, I'm the same way.
Are you with me?
You get to a point where you can't move your arm far enough away, and then it gets too far, and then
it gets embarrassing.
I need the glasses.
This is the ghost of Christmas future.
Large print.
Super large. Philosophy podcast or true crime?
True crime podcast, 100%.
Logic puzzle or improv game?
Probably improv game. I'd be better at that.
Okay. And scripted drama or documentary voiceover?
Am I doing it or am I
doing it?
Oh, I'm doing it? I do scripted drama because I get to do more than just a voiceover. Because with a documentary voiceover, you're not acting, it's a different skill, but scripted drama. I don't need to explain it all. I'll just get an answer.
Love that. Okay, a round of applause for the first part of this panel. We're going to go to fan questions. Alright, my gorgeous people, there is a mic just here, and then there's a mic right over there. Felicia, they called this one the shame mic. Don't worry, there's nothing shameful about it, it's just because it was over here. So please make your way, please mind your fellow fans. Let's start here because you're over this side.
Hello.
What's your name, my friend?
My name is Daniel. Welcome to Fan Expo Dallas.
Thank you, Daniel.
I love bones, and I'm sure all these lovely people will ask about bones. I have a question about Spider-Man.
Okay, we've got a Batman shirt on. Ask about Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. Yes,
So,
I was in it.
your character has a lot of attitude.
Yes.
We had a reception. Was that a direction? Was that how the character was written? Did you bring some of that? What was your experience kind of like doing that in Spider-Man?
So my experience, so I auditioned for Spider-Man 2 for another part, and I didn't get it, and then kind of last minute, the day before for filming, I was offered this part and it had no lines as written. And I don't honestly remember what the description was of the character or what it was. I think it was a mix. I think I came in with that, where that was my idea for that receptionist. I play receptionist who tells Spider-Man to, well, wait, this is the funny story. My grandpa went to see the movie at the time. He said, "You are so mean to Spider-Man 2." Like, he's not called Spider-Man 2. He's just Spider-Man in the sequel. So I think it was a mix. I think I came in with that, but then Sam Raimi, the director, liked a certain amount and toned me down in some ways, and but it was a lot of fun to film. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go over here. Hello, my dear. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm so excited. I love the books. I love the show.
Oh.
I pretend the books were written by you. Can I read them?
Wait, did you say you think the books were
I
written by me?
pretend.
Oh, you
I
pretend?
the books.
I love it.
I love that they're written by
I
you.
did write all those
Yes.
books.
And so, like, you are my highlight today.
Aw.
Two questions. One of them, I know you don't remember everything because it was so long, but what storyline or death did you the most and stuck with you? And my other one is, can y'all please come back for a revival?
Well, I think the answer is got to be Sweet's death.
Yes.
That was so upsetting. It was just so upsetting overall to lose the character, to lose John Francis Daly as an actor who's gone on. I don't know if you guys know, but John Francis Daly, who played Lance Sweets on the show, has gone on to be an incredibly successful screenwriter and director. He did, what do you call them?
National Lampoons?
What?
Did he do one of the Lampoons?
Yes, he did, but more recently, now, Dungeons and Dragons, thank you. He did the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which is quite good. And so he is off doing all of those amazing things, and he was off directing, and that's why they killed him off. But it was so devastating to lose both the character and the actor. So that was, that's something I would have changed. I would change if I was in charge of it and figured out how to get it back here and there or something. And then, yeah, you want to know about like a reboot? That was the second question? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's possible, but I keep an open mind. We'll see. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
My dear. Hello, friend. What's your name?
Brennan, I'm thrilled to see you. Thank you for being here. There's a holiday episode of Bones where Temperance is introduced to a distant family member who looks a lot like you.
Oh, yes, my sister, Zoe, yeah.
Could you share how that came about?
I don't remember whose idea it was, but yeah, I wish I could remember how. I mean, I think my sister said she was open to it in some way, and then Hart Hansen, the creator of the show and showrunner, worked to try and write some interesting, quirky character for her to play, and I believe her character was obsessed with Benjamin Franklin and had all these Benjamin Franklin quotes. Yeah, that was also very fun. I never got to do a New Girl episode, so doesn't seem fair, but
That's their loss.
exactly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi.
Thanks.
Let's go over here. Hello, my friend. What's your name?
Laura,
Hi, Laura.
why did you call Dr. Missouri Dr. Missouri or something? You called him
Mazini?
everybody else.
Yeah, I was trying to pronounce it as close to the Farsi pronunciation as I could. And not everyone does that, but I would always Pej Vedat, who played the character, I'd check in with him, and I would practice it before. So, I mean, I can't say that it's exactly the right pronunciation, but I was doing it as close as I could to that. I figured Dr. Brennan would try to have the correct pronunciation, being that she's also a cultural anthropologist and has been around the world, and so Vazidi. Dr. Vazidi. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go right here. Hello, friend. What's your name?
My name's Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Emily. Have you ever asked your boyfriend/husband to write you on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I mean, I feel like I've mentioned, like, I'm not doing anything. I'd love to do a character. I mentioned it. He works on the show Mythic Quest. It's now been canceled, but I've mentioned it more recently for that show. But it's not happened, and now it's sadly over. But maybe next season if It's Always Sunny. Maybe.
What character would you want to play?
Oh my God. I mean, I could play Rickety Cricket's girlfriend. Not wife. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you. Oh, my love, right up to the mic, please. What's your name?
My name's Natasha.
Hi, Natasha.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure having you here. So, what words would Temperance have for the new gym? It's been 20 years. It's a 20-year anniversary of Bones, which seems crazy. And I grew up watching it and a lot of science shows, and I work in the medical field. I'm a nurse.
Oh, amazing.
And what words would she have for younger, aspiring those in anthropology, or any kind of science?
I mean, whew, that's a lot to put on me. I did not write the show. I think she'd say perseverance, because that's something I think is great advice for anyone starting out in their life, no matter what career they're in. She would encourage people to have objectivity and to not be, not let emotion get in the way of what they're doing, and to focus on the work. That's my guess.
That seems like much like her answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. Hello, my lovely. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Christina.
Christina.
I absolutely love Bones. Of
Oh,
course, like
thanks.
everybody in here. But I wanted to know, do you have a personal favorite episode that you filmed or a favorite memory from filming Bones?
Okay. So far watching this show, I did not remember it as a favorite episode, but now it is a favorite episode, which is, it's a Christmas episode from season 1. I can't now remember the mine, no, not the mine. Man in the Fallout Shelter, thank you.
That's
Thank
for
you.
fact checkers here.
You guys know more than I do. I've not watched all these episodes. I always love the aliens in a spaceship too. So those are 2 favorite episodes of mine. But I mean, there's a lot. And there's lots that I really love that aren't those 2. But I'll just say that. And then favorite memories. I mean, any Friday night into Saturday morning, we call it Fraturday on TV shows. That's when you work late into the night, and you end up getting real loopy. And TJ Thine, who played Hodgins, and Tamara Taylor, who played Cam Soroyan, would be the goofiest, giggliest 2 people. And they'd be like trying to focus, and trying not to laugh. And you guys, come on, stop laughing. And then we'd all end up laughing. So I'd say it's more of a general memory, but that happened many times where we all do that. And then maybe second would be singing show tunes with Eric Milligan, who played Zach Addy. We sang the entire musical of Annie together on set. They did not appreciate that. We got talked to about it, but we had a great time.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, hello, my friend.
Bring the mic up, because I think it's too small, too short for a lot of people. Yeah.
My name is Gwen.
Hi, Gwen.
I love Bones, love your podcast.
Thanks.
But my question is about Animal Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
How
of pitiful and
Yes. The answer is yes, it was both. I really enjoyed playing the character. It was such a departure after playing Temperance Brennan for so long. After we finished Bones, I was kind of like, don't talk to me about acting. Don't even say acting, the word acting to me. And then 2 years passed, and then this came out. John Levy, the casting director, I had auditioned for, years before for different things, and I guess they thought of me out of the blue for this character that I so appreciate that they thought of me for this character, because as a recovering addict who's just come out of prison, who's struggling with her sobriety and struggling with some questionable choices sometimes, we don't know exactly what Angela's up to. But I had a lot of fun playing the character. I had a lot of compassion for the character, and I really had a good time. But it was also hard. It was a hard character to play because she was going through a lot, and also she's like manipulative, kind of. It was really fun though in a lot of ways. But
you gave her a lot of time.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
That's the over here. This cue's looking meager. Was this one? Okay,
We're still gonna pay attention to you.
Yes. Well, my love, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Denise, and
Hi, Denise.
I am an all-time favorite fan of
Aw,
Bones.
thank
I
you.
watch all the episodes all the time. It doesn't matter, just reruns all the time. I was gonna ask you what your favorite episode was, but unfortunately that question was already asked. So.
Well, you got to hear it for free, so now you get a bonus question.
Yeah. So I was wondering, throughout Bones, there was a lot of, throughout the different episodes, there's a lot of different things that have kind of occurred that happen in real life. It's like, I know Celie dealt with gambling addiction, and, there was also racism that was also dealt in some of it. And I was wondering how, any of those episodes just kind of shaped your viewpoint, or if it changed anything, with just any of the experiences. I really enjoyed a lot of the episodes, but it touched on a lot of different things that actually happen out in the real world. So.
Yeah, I thought you were actually going to say, because we did a couple episodes that predicted things that happened in the future, which was really crazy. They might have already happened before they aired, but for instance, there's an episode about an earthquake that happened in DC, and I remember reading it thinking, this is preposterous. There's never going to be an earthquake in DC. And then there was an earthquake in DC like a month later, so I stopped questioning. In terms of that, I think there was one episode that I think of that was about a trans character and a trans victim. And so I don't want to speak about it because I haven't watched it since we did it, but I remember thinking that it was handled well, but I need to watch it for the rewatch podcast, because some episodes I'm not necessarily surprised, but I don't feel like some things have as much sensitivity as I would like, but I remember appreciating that representation, I guess I would say. Yeah.
I would like to say thank you for being here and for Bones, and I really hope that you guys reboot it.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, my friend. What's your name?
My name's Britton. I grew up watching Bones with my family, actually, and my sister and I, my younger sister and I, were recently rewatching some of season 1, and we were rewatching the episode in Washington, I believe, with the bear.
Oh yeah, the man and the bear.
Yes, and we were watching through that, and at the end, there's just a tiny little scene with Brennan and Booth, where Booth is trying to eat his breakfast, and then is like, I don't want to eat this steak, and then Brennan's like, have some cornflakes, and my sister and I were kind of like, was that an improv moment? And even if you don't remember that one specifically, were there any improv moments that either you improv'd or somebody else did that you really enjoyed?
It's so funny you mentioned that. That was an improv moment as far as I recall, because looking at that, I kind of remember, and it just was that kind of a moment, and I didn't watch it that long ago because we've been rewatching them for the podcast, so I can say that I'm almost positive that is an improv, but yes, especially the end scenes between Booth and Brennan, David and I, So I don't know when it really took hold, but at a certain point, all the episodes basically had like a sweet kind of scene between Booth and Brennan. It was just them, and we would just be kind of talking back and forth, and usually we would have room for improv there. So I'd say definitely there, and then some other places as well. We would definitely improv, but I'd say the majority of the show was scripted. But the end scenes, especially as we got into a groove and had those special end scenes just between the two characters, we definitely did a lot of improvisation.
It was a very fun scene that really stuck with me after watching it, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay, hello, my friend. What's your name?
My name is Kaylee. It's lovely to meet you.
Nice
I'm
to meet you.
a really big fan of Bones. I grew up watching it. I think I started watching it in like 4th grade with my mom. So I actually
Amazing.
really wanted to be a forensic anthropologist. I'm not going down that route, but it's still something that, still something that is very big to me. I think my question is, who was your like all-time favorite intern?
I mean, Sophie's choice. I'm just gonna say Betty White.
Thank you very much. Hello, my dear. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. I wanted to ask you, I'm a huge fan of Bones, but I'm also a massive Cyndi Lauper fan. What was it like to work with her?
Same. Wait, what was the question? So did you say the question? You said you
Yes,
died
sorry.
work with her? Is that
Oh, no, what was it like to work
Oh,
with
what
her?
was it like? I mean, it's, no, I've been a huge Cyndi Lauper fan since I was a girl. And so, like, I would have to pinch myself every day when I got to work with her. She's hilarious, just hilarious, and she's a joy to work with, and so much fun, and yeah, I mean, it was one of the best things about doing Bones was getting to work with Cyndi Lauper. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been thinking about that for years.
She lives up to the dream. She lives up to the dream. She's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, my friend. What is your name? So you're gonna have to crouch down.
Yeah, that's okay. My name is Sammy.
Hi,
Hi,
Sammy.
Emily.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm here because of my lovely and talented wife, Brandy. She basically made me watch her show, Bones.
I'm so sorry, Sammy. I'm so sorry.
Every rerun, and it's great, thank you. So without getting too personal, I know Brandy and I have a relationship. You and your co-star, I'll just leave it at that, had a relationship on the show. Who's the better kisser? David.
Who's the better kisser between me and David Boreanaz?
Yeah. I mean, it's generally the man, right?
How do I know how good of a
The
kisser I am? I mean,
Who do you think
it's really hard for
probably
me
is?
to assess how good of a kisser I am.
Then let's ask.
I'll just say David Boreanaz. Boom.
I like it. There you go.
Thank you for your question. Thank you. Hello, my dear. What is your name?
I'm Jillian.
Hi, Jillian.
I grew up watching Bones with my mom and stuff. I'm 13, so I wasn't able to like watch it all with her, but I have watched a lot. My big question is in Hodge's office with all of the like liquids and the bones and stuff, like how are those made and stuff? Like what are all the liquids and everything?
You mean the ookie room we called it? This was? Yeah. You know, I think that a lot of the things in that room were real. There's things in formaldehyde that looked very real, and we were never gonna open them because we didn't want to find out. But there were a lot of weird specimens of different kind of animals and things that I didn't want to know what was really going on. If that's what you mean, like the things in the background that were, you know, the jars, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Yeah, I think they might have been real.
And like all the bones too, like
No, the bones were not real.
Yeah.
I get that question a lot. And I will say it would be really expensive to use actual bones. We had guys that they were the Jaeger brothers, but not all of them were Jaeger brothers, but we just called everyone a Jaeger brother. Chris and Kevin Jaeger, they made all of our dead bodies, and they're incredible, and they would do all of it. They'd make the bones that looked so real, and they would do fleshy bodies that looked real, and they would do all the goo, the corpse gravy, as we like to call it. Tamara Taylor coined that phrase, the corpse gravy. They would do all of the things that had to do with the bodies, and then other people would put the bugs on top of them and stuff. But those were not real dead bodies.
And now that you brought it up, what about the bugs?
The bugs were real. That did bother. I don't know anything about bugs, but Tamara Taylor, who played Cam Soroy, that was an adjustment for. I'm sure it's okay for me to say. She had to adjust. I had to talk, give her a pep talk when she first started to work with the bugs. But yeah.
Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you.
Hello there, friend. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
I just kind of have more of a statement. I just really wanted to thank you for being an inspiration as a woman in science for me to watch and be, look up to. And also portraying a character that is neurodivergent and watching her get to have a relationship and a family and evolve in her own neurodivergence and adjust was really inspiring to watch as somebody who's also neurodivergent. And you definitely were an inspiration for me getting into a scientific field myself. I work with exotic animals, veterinary science, and I love taking inspiration from, I think, how Temperance Brennan would look at things scientifically and objectively, as you said earlier. So just thank you for that.
Thank you so much. That's my favorite thing to hear is a young woman going into science, being inspired by the characters on Bones. We had 3 main and plus other characters who were women, incredible women who were working in science, and I just love being a part of a show that had powerful, smart women in the science field, and play a character that we never really talked about, but who was neurodivergent. I'm neurodivergent, I have ADHD, and so we never really talked about that, but it's something I talked about with Heart, and I love that people can recognize that about her and also be inspired by that as well, and so I think that's like my favorite thing to hear.
A round of applause for that. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Grace.
Hi, Grace.
Hello. So first of all, my sister-in-law and I are huge fans, and my 3-year-old nephew loves Bones. It's like his favorite thing, so he was very jealous to hear that I saw Dr. Temperance Brennan. But my question was, when you guys started the show, did you guys have any inkling that it would go on as long as it did?
No, not at all. When we started, I'd done a couple pilots before, and I was just excited it got picked up for like 12 episodes when it started, and when we started this, working on the show for the season, I remember sitting around with the cast and saying, this could go for 3 years. Like, that's like the longest time it could ever last for, so not at all. And that seemed insane to be 3 years, so no, I had no clue that my whole life would change that I would spend my entire 30s, that I was, started out single, and then I was be married with 2 children by the time I finished the show. I had no clue at all. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Emily, we are running out of time. I want to get through all
speed round.
Speed round?
Yeah, speed round.
Name, question.
Hi, my name is Evelyn, and I have a question. When you were acting on these sets throughout all the episodes, has there ever been a time where you discussed it and what was going on or what you were looking at?
Yeah, I got pretty desensitized, but I remember one day there was an episode, I think it's the first season because I think we already covered it, where I put my hand in a hand glove, like the skin of a hand. We rehydrate the skin of a hand and I put my hand in it. I could not eat my breakfast that morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Name and question.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Bones is my all-time favorite show, so it's such a pleasure to have you here. I'm wondering, what is the most bizarre thing you ever had to research for a role? Because I imagine with Bones, there may have been some things where you're like, did I just end up on a watch list?
The writers probably had to do more than I did in terms of storyline. They would talk about that, thinking that they might be able to listen. Like, how to dismember a body? How fast does a body decompose in the desert, or whatever they had to look up. Really forensic anthropology in general, I had to research, and I got books, and I did what I could, and learned a lot about it. I went to the morgue, which was an experience. I couldn't get that smell out of my nose for about a month. But I don't know for other shows, I think Bones in general, that show, probably the weirdest research that I did. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got 5 minutes. Give us your name, Eva.
Hi, I'm Erin. I actually haven't finished Bones yet, so it's my first time watching through it. My friend Cass convinced me to watch it because we watch basically every other procedural that's on TV. So I was wondering if you could be in any other procedural TV show, which one would you want to be in?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm a big Law & Order fan, and Law & Order SVU is my fave, and I already did an episode of it, because I did it before I ever did Bones, so I guess I would say that, but I already did it. Trying to think.
Second choice then.
Huh?
Second choice then.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of other of those shows, because once I started Bones, I kind of had no time to watch things. And now I hardly watching things because I have kids. I'm just gonna go with SVU.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. What's your name and question?
Hi, I'm Carrie. My question is, if you had the opportunity to play a historical figure, good person, bad person, who would you like to play?
Oh, Lord. Margaret Mead or something? That's what I think of it from Brennan's perspective. I don't know.
Sky's the limit.
Some queen, maybe? Queen would be fun. A queen, any queen.
Some queen is a good answer. Thank you. Hello, friend. David.
Hi, Emily. I'm Stacey. I did not grow up watching Bones because I'm older than you. But
that's okay.
I teach 8th grade math, and I'm wondering if you have any advice to give my students when we start back to school in August.
Oh my gosh. Do I have advice, or does Brennan have advice? Because we got someone asking Brennan's advice. Keep studying, man. Keep working hard. Watch some math then. Find a CBS show. Find the Square One TV show. It was probably for a little younger than 8th grade. But I've got a son going into 8th grade.
Oh, nice.
So maybe I should think about what I tell him for his math class. You kind of keep working. You might not think you have, use for math later on in life, but you do. There's lots of times when I have to use math, and sometimes I'm kicking myself that I don't remember some of the things I learned in my math class. And I love math. Math was my favorite, as you might guess. It's my favorite subject.
Well, I'd love to hear that, so yes. So thank you.
Thank you for teaching math to kids.
Thank you so much. We have 2 minutes and 5 people. Can we do it?
Okay, let's do it. Speed round.
Hi. How long did it take you to really find your character in Bones? Really get into it?
I think we were trying different things out in the first season, so I'd say probably halfway through the first season we felt like we're in more of a groove, and we were trying, we tried different things with the character and the show in general, but I'd maybe say halfway through the first season. But what's wonderful about doing a show for a long time is the character can grow over time, sometimes slowly, but she's still growing, so that was fun. Yeah. Thank you.
Very quickly, question. Name question.
Hi, Emily. Did you you or David either one take anything special from the set when it was over?
I took the plaque that says my name. I took my name tag. I have a bone or two. And I can't speak for David. But I didn't take the, oh no, I got a couple jackets, a couple coats. Thank you. Okay, I want to make sure everyone gets their question in.
Hi, my name is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
I am also a giant fan of bones. Wanted to go into forensic anthropology, ended up in clinical trials. And I
Fair
am
enough.
a mom in science, and so I'd love to hear your perspective of how becoming a mom and how that kind of changed either yourself or your character in the show.
Oh my gosh, I mean, I think your heart opens up so much more when you have kids. And so I would say that probably happened for both me and Brennan. And I think we both probably started looking at things a little less black and white and seeing more gray and having a bigger open heart. I'm trying to do quick answers, so I could go on longer, maybe if we had more time, but
This is the last minute, let's go.
Did you have fun doing the fight scenes in Bones with Booth?
With Booth or when I would fight other people with my martial arts?
Watch the show, my mom just asked me to ask. Either or.
Thank you for your honesty. I did martial arts in college. I did karate. I was technically on the karate team. I was very beginner, but somehow that didn't matter in my college. So I did enjoy it, but sometimes it felt like it was unprovoked. So we kind of moved away from it after the beginning seasons of the show. But I love a stunt fight scene. Yes, I did enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to your mom.
You've just made it. What's your name and question? Right up to Mike.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I was wondering if any of the victim stories when you were filming impacted you in a really big way.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yes. Well, I will say the thing that comes to mind is when we had the early on in season 1, we had the boy in the bush, and that just gutted me. That was about a kid in foster care, and he's murdered, and it's so horrible to see the tiny bones of a child. Like, that just felt so horrible and wrong. It was hard to walk into the room with those bones and not start crying. And then the storyline has to do with foster care and the characters in foster care and abuse in foster care specifically. So that touched me for sure. And I think a lot of others did too, but that's the one that just comes to mind at the top of my head. Thank you. Thank you, guys.